Alright, wanted to talk about a new product I'm trying out. Not really new, but new for me to use. And that's Frog Lube. Um, I read some reviews on it, and one thing I noticed was some of the lubes that I've had, I was using just CLP stuff. I don't think I have anything in my little junk drawer over there. What was I think some Safariland stuff. It worked good for cleaning and stuff. But I noticed it would dry out a little bit on the CZ, on the all metal stuff. Worked fine as far as cleaning and functioning goes, but it would just seem to be a little dry. It's a little more carbon buildup, things like that. And when I looked into Frog Lube once before, decided to just go ahead and give it a try. And it worked out because after all my modifications on this, I ended up changed out the hammer spring, but after I changed out the hammer, but even after that, I had a problem with the mag guide breaking on me. So I took it apart, and while I was there, I was like, screw it. I went ahead and polished all the inside stuff, so I had the gun completely stripped, which made it a little easier to use the products, because in order to use Frog Lube properly, you want to get rid of all the old petroleum-based oils. So having it stripped down, I got the solvent that helps break it off, and I got the paste, and there's that. Actually smells pretty good. Almost smells like like the Vicks Vapor Rub or something like that you put on your chest during, when you've got a cold. It doesn't smell too bad. Because the idea with Frog Lube is you completely strip everything, you put it on, and then you wipe it completely dry, and then basically as the gun heats up, the pores of the metal basically release it. Is how to use it properly. You completely strip all the old grease off, or all the old oil, dirt, all that good stuff. You can use denatured alcohol. I think some people use Simple Green. You can use the solvent. If you just use their products, then you're kind of just sticking with their stuff. So I had the whole gun apart, so I was able to clean everything nice and easy, and in all the grooves. And then got the wife's hair dryer. You heat them up, just heat them up till they're hot to the touch, pretty hot. And then you can just, if you get the kits, I didn't get a kit because my local shop didn't have a good enough kit to get. But they come with like the paste. You can get some solvent, microfiber cloth, brush. I got this brush and like a whole little pack at Lowe's in the soldering section. For pipes and stuff for like $1. These work real nice. But so you heat the parts up, the hair dryer. They say you can also leave them out in the sun for direct sunlight to heat them up. But hair dryer, probably less than a minute. Heat them up, and then you just thoroughly coat everything. Just almost sop it on there. And then you let it sit for about 45 minutes to an hour. And then after that, it'll basically kind of harden a little bit or solidify a little bit. It'll basically turn back into the paste, because while you put it on, it'll essentially melt. And then you completely take everything apart, or you wipe everything down, use microfiber cloth, and you just get all the gunk out. And some of the stuff you gotta pick out, get all the little crevices out. Because that's the one thing I was reading about, that most of the problems people have with Frog Lube, the reason why they don't like, is because it slows down the action, but from what I've read, that's mainly because they're not applying it correctly. Because the way you do it is you run it almost as if the gun is dry. Because the idea is, as the gun heats up, it actually releases the oil, which lubes it up as you're using it. So essentially when it's together, it's dry. You can see a little bit of like maybe a residue or something like that, but overall it's dry. But I tell you what, I put it together for the first time, and it's like ball bearings. It is smooth as silk. And I haven't fired it yet because I've been waiting on some parts that broke. But once I get those together, hopefully this weekend, I will fire it and see how it does. If you have any questions or want to see any application processes, I do have some other pistols that I'm probably swapping over to Frog Lube. I have my M&P, my Walther's shield, my wife's shield, and her PPK that I might swap over to. Because also what's so good about this stuff is that it's good for long-term storage, because you can basically dob it on and leave it. And then I think they recommend if you store it, you pull it out, field strip it, wipe everything down thoroughly, and then you can shoot. And they also say with this stuff, it pretty much doesn't allow the carbon and things like that to find places to stick. So you basically, after you shoot, you wipe it down, you're almost good. You almost don't have to reapply it. They also make a liquid form, which is the same as the paste. It's just different formula, different way to apply it. And this is food grade. You can actually eat it, and it smells nice. It doesn't. You don't feel like you got a lot of crap on your hands. I mean, I'm a mechanic by trade, and I'm used to having oils and things like that all over my hands, when I'm not wearing gloves. But it's also just a little nicer when you don't have to worry about it. I mean, I wash my hands just to get the smell off, so I don't smell like Vicks, and also just out of habit, just cleaning. So it's a lot easier to deal with. It doesn't really feel like you're getting grungy with gun lubes and things like that. But if you want to see application process on a different gun, let me know, and I can see what I can do. But thanks, guys.